Good morning, everyone. A happy Monday morning to you. I hope your entry into the week is gentle. I've been thinking about patterns this weekend because it's been coming up in all of my client sessions and even in conversations with other people, and indeed in the making of this video. And it seems to be a great analogy for what's going on in the collective consciousness as to how that process goes for me. Including being overly perfectionist with trying to achieve a result, and finally just laughing at myself as I realize that I am also part of that paradigm. So let's talk about that. I had a conversation on Saturday with someone who expressed frustration with themselves because they were showing a pattern that they've very, very familiar with, that they've seen before and worked on before, and frustrated just to be seeing it again. And I shouldn't be feeling like this, and I shouldn't be even doing this. I know better than this, were the words that he shared with me. And I said to him, and therein lies the block to you being able to experience the emotion that lies at the root of that and to actually be able to release it. So let me explain that a bit. By going into your head with judgment and by criticizing yourself, you actually, first of all, change doesn't happen when we retract, and that's what judgment does to us. We're not actually meeting the emotion, and we are judging ourselves for feeling it. So it's not a way that we can ever actually harmonize with the energy that creates a pattern. So, judgment doesn't work very well. More of the energy of I'm not good enough doesn't work in terms of being able to meet patterns, but either does positive thinking affirmations or any kinds of behaviors that we might engage in, process, whatever that might be, mantras, so many things that have to be done in order to meet with oneself. Understand that there are no conditions, there are no steps, and that this is available, this being you, the experience of you, it's available to all the time without the need of anything. There are no questions to be answered. There is just an emotion at the root of this that is waiting for you. And so, as with all things, lean into that emotion. Allow yourself to feel it. You don't need to go down the rabbit hole of thoughts created around that and what that might mean, assess it, or draw conclusions from it. Simply experience the emotion. Whereby you think you might have done that before, as people often feel, but I've already done this. You have not actually met the emotion. You've probably been thinking about it. And the whole trap of positive thinking and the idea that you have to do anything at all, it might seem very worthy. It certainly seems better than judging yourself, at least in the view of the mind. But in fact, it is feeding the idea that there is a problem in the first place. And I say to you again, I've said this before, what if you're not broken? You're not, actually. So anything that holds you in, I am not good enough, or I am good enough, is actually giving energy to the pattern. It's fuel for that fire. So if you, with your presence, are refuting, actually, and not engaging with or not feeding in any manner the pattern itself, then it must dissolve. And additionally, if you do so without an intent to make change to yourself, and you don't even have the intent of releasing it, but simply meeting something for the sake of meeting it, well, now then that's when the harmonizing happens and the pattern and the energy that created it is able to be dispersed. So consider that as these patterns rise up. And I know that some people have been feeling very frustrated, and there's been lots of escapist behavior in order not to experience things. That's also part of the pattern. So this won't break you, and equally it won't make you. You already are. So I leave you with the words that are ever popular and sure in any given moment to give you some peace, which is simply, I am. I hope you have a good week.